What up, everybody? It's your boy JB here. I am your host, and this is Shook Your Thing, the podcast. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Episode 1 is here, y'all. Episode 1 is here. Hold on. First of all, get into it. Let me. It was still already lit, y'all. But yeah, man. Episode 1 is here. We're gonna dive right into it. So, I'm your host, JB, and I'm gonna get right into it. Just speak on. I got my notes right here. So sorry if I'm looking down, but look at my notes right now, so I'm like make sure I'm on point. But what is Shook Your Thing, the podcast? Shook Your Thing, the podcast is a podcast is for people who don't mind being themselves, who don't mind being authentically them at all times, who don't mind afraid of being them everywhere they go. You know what I'm saying? Just being who you were raised to be, who you were made to be, and you know who you were meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Who you were made to be. So this is what this podcast is for. Strictly authentic. You know what I'm saying? Always being you at all times. You don't have to worry about nobody calling you fake because you're gonna be you at all times. Just being authentic, only being the only one. You're one of one. You know, you're only you. Can't nobody be you but you. And you shouldn't want to be nobody else as well. Excuse me. What is, someone asked me, what does being authentic mean? And being authentic means like just not being fake, not putting on the front, not having to switch up around other people, not having to not to be someone else just to make others comfortable, not being someone else that's out of your character. You know, sometimes people have a way of shying away from being them, or they are afraid to be them. So that's what I feel like being authentic. I always pride myself on being authentic, always being myself at all times, always taking me everywhere I go. Yeah, sometimes the time and place for certain things, but sometimes you gotta understand, you gotta remain who you are as well at all times as well. Never compromise your dignity. You know what I'm saying? Never compromise who you are. Never compromising your morals, your codes. You know what I'm saying? Things that you were brought up on, something that your mom or your dad or your uncle or your cousin taught you. You know what I'm saying? Never compromising the integrity of you and your heart. You know, so being authentic. That's what being authentic means to me. Also, being authentic is also too never abandoning your roots. You know, and never abandoning where you come from. You know what I'm saying? Always remaining true, because everything that you have can be taken away. So I never abandon who you are. I had this question that one of my friends had asked me a couple months ago. They asked me how I come up with the name, and the name was where me and one of my friends, we was kicking it, you know what I'm saying? We were just chopping it up, and they asked me, what you gonna call your show? And I ain't had no answer for them. So I said, get back to me in a couple of weeks and I have a name for you. So I sat around for a couple of weeks, and you know what I'm saying, I was thinking about this shit for a while, and I sat up on it, I kind of contemplated on it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come up with a name. No, and I've been kind of like, you know, shying away from it because I didn't know what I was gonna call it at first. You know, so as I sat up for a while, one of my friends, we sat one day, and we on the computer doing research and everything like that, you know. And she said, come up with some names that you think you will call your name, and then we'll do a process of elimination after you're done. All right, so I sat there. I came up with 5 different names. Can't remember the names was, but I had 5 different names, and I narrowed it down to 3. And then I started saying those names to myself. I crossed off 2. There was only 1 left. And I said, Strick Up the podcast. Then again, I said it, I sat back like this, and I kind of looked. I said, I did when the Franklin Saint looked at the head turned and tilt. And I did when I sat back up and like, and I said it again, but I said it with some confidence. When I said it again, I'm like, Strick Up the podcast, and it rang in my head over, like, you know what I'm saying? I get that feeling like, all right, this that one. So next thing you know, she said, they looked at me, she said, that's the one right there. And it stood out, you know what I'm saying? She asked me, she was like, what would you call your podcast, something that you would stand on that represents you? And I realized back then that the name Strictly Authentic, being me, authentic, you know what I'm saying? It fit perfectly, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody who know me know that I'm always gonna be myself no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I never water myself down for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes sometimes I might be quiet here and there. Sometimes I might talk a lot too, but anybody who know me know I'm gonna be me at all times. You know what I'm saying? That's something that my pops always taught me, is how to be myself at all times. Never like I said, never compromising you. What made me want to do a podcast was the fact that I want to be able to, I want to be able to have good conversations, man, that I never had on camera before, or not have on a platform where we can have those conversations, because, you know, I've been told that I should start a podcast or have my own or be a mentor or a motivational speaker, because I used to give off game a lot, and I started in college. And I was to give up my homeboys game in college. You know what I'm saying? I was to give them game about certain things in life, or certain situations that go on that we be going through. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know? I've been to college before. I was a college athlete. I played football. You know what I'm saying? I played 4 years. I was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? When it rained, but not too major. But we get into that later. But I had just give off game, and we used to have like grown man talks. We was in grown man talks in college, and then I graduated college. Me and my homeboys, we used to do the same thing. We would have grown man conversations. We would just, you know, talk about life, man, and just chop it up what we're gonna do after we graduate. You know what I'm saying? What we're gonna do when we have kids, get married, all type of shit like that. So after a while, I was like, you know what? 2019, I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna create a podcast. And I made a post on Facebook. I said, if I was to start a podcast, would anybody watch it? You know, and I got some good feedback from it. So I sat on it for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Contemplating. I didn't know how the format of podcast was until I started watching on YouTube, and I started watching 85 South Show. You know what I'm saying? And they started their podcast first. For anybody started, I mean, you know, podcast was already out, but it wasn't as popular as it is now. So after that, after watching 85 South Show, I started watching other podcasts that came out. Like I came across the video on YouTube about I Am Athlete podcast, and I came across one of them, a clip. I said no. I started tapping in. They had former athletes that I used to play with on Madden and all type of shit. So I started tapping in. Next thing you know, I started doing my research, started studying podcasts and things. So I learned how to format one and all that. So after that, shit, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start me a podcast for real. And I started putting that shit down on paper. came to fruition. I spoke on it, kept on speaking to existence, and here we are today. Day 1, episode 1. And then I had this question for myself. I spoke to myself in third person one day. I was like, what's the mindset behind your pod? And the mindset is to give off good energy, create good conversation, spread genuine energy, man. I'm a big energy guy, so be transparent, man, and just like, create a good environment where people can come and talk and really chop it up about certain things, you know what I'm saying? That have just some good conversations that people normally don't get a chance to have because, certain things out there in the world motherfuckers don't get a chance to speak on. So I want to be those ones who won't speak on it, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind having those type of conversations. So I want to elaborate on this topic that I had wrote down, and it's called beginning a new beginning. The reason why I want to speak on this topic because recently I'm a year and 5 months removed from being in a 3-year relationship, and I just moved to my own apartment 5 months ago. So everything right now in my life is like a new beginning. By me being 29 now, I'm 1 year away from 30. It's tough, real tough, but I'm gonna embrace it though. But I say I'm beginning this new beginning of being on my own again because now I'm in a stage in my life where I can really focus on me and begin a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? I can close a chapter in my life, move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that chapter was a bad chapter. It was just, sometimes you gotta just close another chapter in the book and move on to the next chapter. So, but at these these six pillars that I had was mentality. Having a mentality to stay strong in the fight, and having the mentality to move on and do better for yourself, and choosing you. Patience. Having patience is a virtue. I tell all my kids that at my job that being patient is a virtue because people who rush things tend to have more fuck ups than normal. I tell them that all the time, man. You gotta have patience, man, because the more patience you have, the more bigger the blessing that will come. And I'm always telling them that. Confidence. Just having the confidence to do every things you want to do, man. Having the spirit to go, you know what? Say fuck it. I'm confident enough. I'm gonna do it. And when you do it with the best of your ability. Consistency. Being consistent with everything that I do, because I want to make sure that when I do have a family or have an opportunity to move up in a job space where I'm able to be consistent and make so people can understand all right, he consistent. He always on his A game. You know what I'm saying? And right now, that's my biggest thing right now. I'm working on still, and my healing journey is being consistent. And making sure I'm saying what I'm gonna do and do what I'm gonna say. And the last one is time. Time is something that we can never get back. Time is something that we can't take for granted, because once time flies, you look up, ain't no going back. You can't get that back. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't waste time, or you can't bullshit it. Because once that time is gone, shit, ain't no going back. You gotta keep going. The time waits for no man at all, man. So, those are our pillars are to the beginning a new beginning, man. For all people out there that's beginning a new beginning, make sure that You are managing your time wisely, being consistent, having confidence in whatever y'all do, being persistent in whatever your goals are, and making sure that you're chasing whatever you're chasing that's gonna help you be successful and help you grow in the future. Being patient and not rushing, trusting the process. Understand that what's for you, God gonna have it for you. And having a mentality to never give up, never give up and never give in, man. Having that dog mentality in whatever you do. As the beginning of the new beginning, I feel like the beginning always comes in phases. It comes in phases of 10, from when you're adolescents, from when you're a young teenager, to when you're a young adult, and then when you're fully grown or grown adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like life comes in those phases, and those phases are from age 1 to age 10. You know, those years are important because those are years our kids are growing up, and you have to mold the kid into what you want them to become. You know what I'm saying? All our parents have molded us into what we are now. From age 10 to age 19, 20. Those years are very, very important because of the fact that that's when the growth begins. That's when the mentality and the structure of and discipline comes to a person, to a person. That's where all the morals, the codes that a kid is being taught, everything that he's learning, you know what I'm saying, helps him be better, to help get ready for the future. That's where those years are very, very important. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're supposed to, like, all right, graduate high school, on my way to college or trade school or military, or, you know what I'm saying, or you're independent when you just regular life and you have entrepreneurship or have a regular 9 to 5. And then from age 20 to age 30 is where, all right, you're young, you're going through life experience, you're growing, and the fact that, like, all right, this is where I figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. And then from age 30 to age 40, that's why, all right, my shit need to be aligned, to be established, you know what I'm saying, or I'm just out here fucking it up, you know what I'm saying, or so I'm building. Okay, from age 30 to 40, that's when the foundation is being built on. It's been added to the foundation. You know what I'm saying? You're building, you know what I'm saying, you're building walls and working on up, you know what I'm saying, like building a house. Then from age 40 to 50, nigga, you should probably have your family already, kids should be grown, or getting out of high school, or about to graduate college, or, you know what I'm saying, kids are already grown already, all that, you know what I'm saying? So then from age 50 on up, should be ready to retire, about to retire, or you know what I'm saying, or already have retired already and just chilling and living your life. And one thing I want to speak on that, because, man, when people are like 40 and 50 years old and they, you know what I'm saying, they be having some of the most fun in the world, man. I'm talking about my mom and my daddy, man. My mom and my OG, we ain't as tight we used to be, but me and my OG, we straight. And my OG be having so much fun, man. And my dad, my mom and my dad, they not together anymore, but that's neither here nor there. But my mom be having so much fun. One time she went on a trip to Vegas, bro. And man, I called her. I said, "What you doing? You made it to Vegas yet?" She said, "Yeah." I said, you there with? By myself? What? I'm tripping, like, you there by yourself? Yeah, she said, I'm going on a trip by myself. And she told me she, in the background, man, she having so much fun, man. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do too much, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, she said she didn't want to do too much out there, because, you know, she did a lot, but, you know what I'm saying? She older, so ain't that by herself too, so, you know what I'm saying? She don't want to do too much if she by herself. So, then my dad, like, he be having so much fun. like he just be doing shit. Just be doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't travel as much, but like him and my stepmom, man, they just be doing shit, man. Like, that makes something simple so fun. Like, when I get older, man, I want to be like that. When I get into that phase in my life, man, I want to make sure that I'm having fun like that, man, where, like, I ain't got to worry about shit. I'm having fun living my life, and I'm chilling, or, you know what I'm saying, and I'm building, you know what I mean? So, that's pretty, I'm saying, that's what I want to get to. Hopefully, I get to that point in my life. I want to break down the next topic, breaking down the beginning of a new beginning, man. Breaking it down. It's just basically like once they start over, but like I said, you close another chapter and we'll step into a new one. Sometimes you can go through like new experiences, meet new people, do new things, get new jobs, go through new struggles, go through new stress, you know what I'm saying, new environments, you know what I'm saying. No, I think everybody goes through that, goes through a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's good for people to go through that as well, because we need that. You know what I mean? We need those type of experiences where it makes us grow. It makes us become who God wants us to be. Praise to Allah. But it helps us become the people that we were meant to be. And I think that that's a necessity that we need as human beings, that we need in life, you know. I feel like without growth, there's no progress. So I think that new beginnings, all people need that, for sure. Now, for people who don't know, and people who do know, I am from Muskegon, Michigan, small town. A little bit everybody know everybody. Them in the whole city down there, relatives down there. I'll give you a little backstory. Small town of I want to say 40 to like 80,000 people. That's what I want to say. I could be wrong. I don't know if that's many people in our whole city as a whole, but small town, but not that small. My city, when we have a lot of pride where we come from, so like it's a lot of we some funny, petty, energetic, humble, very, very talented. We take it there with anybody. It don't matter who it is. We're scrappy. We're kind. Hospitable when we want to be. Because y'all know my Muskegon folks out there, y'all know. But we're a city of talented people, man. I want to speak on that because, man, we got so many talented people out there, yo. It's crazy. And we be having talented people out there for many years. It goes from makeup artists to rap artists to R&B artists to poets, mechanics, athletes. But let me get started on the athletes, because look here. We definitely, yeah. Going to football and basketball, what? Yeah. There's a lot of talent from this way. Even from just artists as far as like drawing or painting. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of artists here. Even graffiti. Like, we got some dope graffiti artists here too, man. A lot of business people who are very, very talented. Chefs. All type, man. Look here, man. I just want to give my hometown a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on the beginning, man. It's on the beginning, y'all. So, I know people always say, might ask, what's your purpose behind this podcast? And I take it as, what's my why? And I have three things as to what's my why. One of them is family. My family, I do everything I do for my family because I want to make sure that 20, 30 years from now, they ain't got to worry about nothing. I want to build something that they can eat off of. You know, if I consider you family or my real family, I want to build something they can eat off of and take with it and make it bigger than what I made, make it bigger than what I will make. I made it, or will make in the future. You know, I want them to eat off my labor and they can make it grow. You know what I'm saying? Create a dynamic where, all right, my family got to worry about shit. My family got to worry about when the next meal gonna come and shit like that, or they got to worry about how we gonna, where money gonna come from, where I set my family up to, I built the foundation to set my family up for life. So the next one is leaving a legacy, leaving something behind them, my future kids, my future grandkids, future great grandkids, my nieces and my nephews and their kids. You know what I'm saying? Leave a legacy where I can leave something behind where I say my grandfather, my uncle, you know what I'm saying, my dad did this. You know what I'm saying? He left this here. You know what I'm saying? This is what he accomplished. This is what he did. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's what I do for it's my legacy. And breaking my last one was breaking generational curses. And that's very important to me because breaking generational curses is something that has been in talks for years. And that's what anybody, you know what I'm saying, you can ask anybody, that's what they talk, you know what I'm saying. I think breaking generational curses is important because now you can break a cycle that's been traumatizing your family for generations to come. You know what I'm saying? And your generation is going through the same thing you went through, but even worse, you know. And I felt like when I turned 20, that's when I realized I broke a generational curse. And then when I turned 22 and graduated from college, I broke a generational curse right there. You know what I'm saying? Because my father never got a chance to graduate in college, you know what I'm saying, and finish school because he had to come back home and take care of me. He made that sacrifice. You know, my mom had me at an early age. She made a sacrifice too to make sure she made the ultimate sacrifice. So both my parents sacrificed a lot. So I was fortunate to have both of them to have my parents. So I feel like I broke the curse, and you know what I'm saying, I carried it along. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sister did. We both broke the curse. You know what I'm saying? We broke things. Now I'm gonna break a curse of generational, as far as like a broken generational wealth curse. Like, well, I want to be the first millionaire in my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be a millionaire. I'm already a millionaire. The check just ain't came in my account yet, and that's, take that to the bank with y'all, for sure. And the last topic I want to give on this free game, man. At the end of each segment, we're gonna have a free game segment. Well, like, we're just gonna go a free game and just speak freely. And I feel like right now, I want to say to everybody, man, just stay safe out here, man. Stay safe. Stack your paper. Be patient, man. Don't nothing go right when you rush shit. When you rush the process, man, shit falls apart fast. Fast and not slow, so make sure you take your time, man. Don't take life for granted. Cherish the people who cherish you. And build you a team, man. And whatever you do, build you a team. You know? Because a lot of good team, good support system, man. It's tough to hold out here. I'm not saying it can't be done alone, but like, it's tough alone. It's tough when I have nobody. So, no, that's to myself because I'm so used to doing shit on my own to a point where like, sometimes I might call somebody. You know, so I might call somebody, let me know that, hey, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? So that's that on that. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 1, man. More content gonna be coming real soon. You can follow me on Instagram at Strict Authentic Podcast. You can follow me TikTok coming soon. Strict Authentic Podcast. Strict Authentic Podcast clips, and also too on subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Strict Authentic Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all that, man. So it's gonna be more content coming soon, man. And hope to see y'all at the next episode, man. See y'all later. Peace.